Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you. On behalf of the faculty, staff, administration, and students, especially to you, the PT class of 2023 of Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, I would like to welcome you to this white coat ceremony for the Department of Physical Therapy. Today marks a special time in the life of these students receiving their white coats. While many healthcare professionals conduct a ceremony like this shortly after matriculation to the professional education program, we have decided to schedule it after completing the first didactic year and the first clinical experience. This allows us to welcome the students to the profession, mark the transformation occurring in their lives, and celebrate their accomplishment during the program. The students we celebrate today have shown perseverance, patience, and commitment as they have endured the classroom challenges. Additionally, COVID presented unique challenges with the suspension of face-to-face classes. However, you, our students, rose to the challenges presented and reached this milestone. I want to draw your attention to the two patches on the sleeves of your white coats that we are presenting you today. Both patches remind us of the tradition in which these students are being educated, the osteopathic tradition, which emphasizes a whole person approach to patient management, a commitment to the advancement of knowledge and intellectual growth, and engagement of the well-being of community. PCOM has a long history of educating healthcare workers, as you can see by the date on the patch, 1899. There are two words in the center of the patch, mens et manus. These words remind us that as a professional, we should use our minds and our hands. The second patch represents the PT program specifically, and in keeping with the college policies and guidelines, it is built around the boldly colored flame logo. The flame reminds us that the desire to grow professionally, seek the well-being of individuals and the community, and see our patients or clients as whole beings is an eternal flame that should never be extinguished. Once again, welcome. And now I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Brian Ginn, our Chief Campus Officer at PCOM Swanee, to lead us in an invocation.
Well, Dr. Marr, thank you so very much. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brian Ginn. For the past 9 years, it has been my great privilege to serve as the Chief Campus Officer of PCOM Georgia. So today, on behalf of PCOM Chairman of the Board, John Carney, and the entire PCOM Board of Trustees, PCOM President, Dr. Jay Feldstein, and Provost, Dr. Ken Veit, both PCOM graduates, I might add, and an excited PCOM Georgia campus community, I bring each of you greetings and best wishes as together, live and in person, we gather here today to celebrate this milestone in your educational journey. Despite the masks that we wear, I can visualize from this vantage point here today the smiles underneath each one of these masks. Very richly deserved smiles, to be sure. That we are gathered here today is no small endeavor. In fact, the holding of this ceremony at several points in recent days was in question, frankly, given the position in which our community, our state, and our nation, and the world, in fact, finds itself in relative with the growth and impact of COVID and its Delta variant. Some regions of Georgia, as reported this morning in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, hospitals have already exceeded 100% of capacity, and there have been 90% reports of 90% of ICU beds taken all around the state. Tough times, to be sure. But as an institution of higher education focused solely on the health sciences, PCOM and its leadership team works diligently to ensure the safety of each one of our students here and those of our guests. And so we do so by following the science. As future healthcare professionals, I trust that all of us appreciate this as we navigate yet again these uncharted waters. Despite these difficult and uncertain days that we all face together, it really is fun to gather again live and in person to celebrate milestones one with the other. On a personal note, prior to an invocation, I want to just reflect just a bit, if you allow me that personal privilege for just a moment. I want you to know that I have a great deal of personal respect and great personal affinity and professional respect for the profession of physical therapy. As a recent COVID patient, hospitalized for 16 days, the physical therapist assigned to work with me in the hospital was absolutely a taskmaster. She worked me over. She was probably a 2-year recent graduate from physical therapy school, but she happened to be a friend of my daughter's. And so when we were working together, as we walked 25 feet down the hall, and I had to sit down because I couldn't take another breath, pulling the oxygen tank with me by one hand and pushing the IV in the other hand, and her holding my arm, she'd say, come on, we got this, we got this. And as I came to become very friendly with this little device, a pulse oximeter, you guys know what this is, don't you? I didn't have a real clue as to how important this was, but I'm happy to tell you today, 8 months after my COVID experience, I am posting about a 96 on my pulse oximeter today. So I'm delighted to be here to have this opportunity to talk with you about that. And then I will tell you that the post-hospital care at home with physical therapists coming into my home for 5 months, multiple times, again, taskmasters to be sure, but wow, what significant progress we made together, and became very obvious the high level of competence and the high level of patient care that these two professionals, primarily these two professionals that I work with day in and day out, brought to the table, and as they coached me back to good and positive health. So I'm delighted to be here. Yes, I am a fan of your profession, and I very much look forward to you, each one of you in this audience, in the front rows here, making your impact on the lives of others who, like me, need you. We need you, and the work that you will do will make a significant impact. So I'm delighted to be here today to celebrate this milestone with you. And as you are able in the audience, would you please rise, and our students as well, for a moment of invocation. And please remain standing after the invocation for our Pledge of Allegiance. Pray with me, will you? Oh God, what a great day this is in the life of our college and our PCOM Georgia campus as these physical therapy students are officially presented with new white coats, a symbol of authority and professionalism, understood by patients as enveloping one with intellect and knowledge and a reminder of compassion and care. May these students wear these white coats with honor and with integrity, demonstrating empathy and true concern for the welfare of their patients with whom they interact and serve. May these PCOM faculty standing behind me and staff members continue to give of their knowledge and experiences and insights as they strive to prepare these students for the life-changing impact they will make in the days ahead. May these family members in this audience and elsewhere who have sacrificed greatly through encouraging educational attainment be rewarded with great pride and feelings of significant accomplishments as they continue their support of these students in the days to come. Lord, please watch over all first responders who are there for us each day. Cover each member of our military at home and abroad with your blessings, and hold in the palm of your hand all members of all medical teams across this expansive globe who are on the front lines and serving others through this pandemic. These students we recognize today will one day be those frontline caregivers. We seek your blessings on each of them this day and forevermore. Amen. And our pledge.
All right, everybody, right hand over your heart if you wish. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may now be seated.
Good afternoon. My name is Angelique Estrada, and I am the Vice President of Solutions for the PCOM DPT class of 2023. Our guest speaker today is an Associate Professor and Director of the Orthopedic Physical Therapy Residency Program at Emory University. She received her BS in Physical Therapy from the Georgia State University in 1997, a post-professional DPT in 2010 from the University of Indianapolis, and completed a fellowship in orthopedic manual physical therapy from Regis University in 2013. Her research interests include the utilization of dry needling in orthopedic conditions and manual therapy. She has published within the journals Foot and Ankle Specialist, Foot and Ankle International, International Journal of Sport Physical Therapy, and Physiotherapy Practice, and was a contributing author within the textbook Physical Therapy of the Shoulder. She is also currently serving as the president of the Georgia chapter of the American Physical Therapy Association, and is a member of the Education Committee of the Academy of Orthopedic Physical Therapy. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Kathleen Geist.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome. Good afternoon. I'd like to thank the faculty and staff for extending an invitation for me to come speak with you today. I am here to congratulate you on this monumental occasion, and I know that I'm not alone in sharing your excitement on this day. I know many of you have friends, family, and significant others that are here today to share their love and excitement in seeing you reach your dreams of becoming a physical therapist. I speak from experience that getting to this moment took a lot of dedication, hard work, and perseverance. This day is a culmination of celebrating your accomplishments and signifies your transition into a doctoring profession in which you will be called to transform the lives of others and improve their quality of life. White coat ceremonies represent the transition from a student's classroom to a clinical experience and symbolizes your professional and ethical commitment to society. The tradition of wearing coats in medicine dates back to the 1800s when doctors wore black, like priests and other clergy members. Physicians dressed themselves in black until the late 19th century. Black attire was and is considered formal. Until about 1900, physicians wore black during patient interactions since medical encounters were thought of as serious and formal matters. Clergymen also dressed in black, which indicated the solemn nature of their role in encounters with parishioners. Until the last third of the 1800s, an encounter with a healthcare professional rarely benefited the patient. And in fact, up to that point, virtually all of medicine entailed many worthless cures and was considered to be inconsequential. The idea of white coats in association with doctors caught on in the United States around 1889, when painter Joseph Eakins unveiled his renowned painting, The Agnew Clinic, from the University of Pennsylvania. Dr. Agnew was shown wearing a white coat during surgery, with assistants also clad in white. This fostered an image of doctors being clean and sanitary in their white attire and was very different from previous medical professionals that used potions and other remedies that did not often culminate in curing the patient from their illness. The late 1800s and early 1900s were periods of great change in medicine in both the United States and in Canada. In 1910, the Flexner Report by Abraham Flexner and Herman Gates Wiscotton created sweeping changes in North American medical schools to separate the good from the substandard. The release of the Flexner Report of 1910 transformed the nature and process of medical education in America, with a resulting elimination of substandard medical schools and the establishment of the biomechanical model as the gold standard of medical training. This transformation of medical education occurred in the aftermath of this report, which embraced scientific knowledge and its advancement as the defining ethos of a modern physician. Part of that ethos include having medical students, doctors, nurses wearing white coats. The release of the Flexner Report led to the closure of many borderline medical educational institutions and the restructuring of medical education around laboratory science. The white coat is a symbol of medical excellence and purity that continued to gain momentum as the 20th century progressed. Some believe street clothes helped spread germs easily, and there were many theories about why white coats became more and more popular for doctors. In 1915, white coats were standard procedures for surgeons. By the end of World War II, with the advent of antibiotics, white coats became standard for medical students, residents, fellows, doctors, and nurses in North America. The first medical school white coat ceremonies are a rite of passage at most medical schools, but they are surprisingly a newer phenomenon that did not become more common until the late 20th century. The first two well-documented white coat ceremonies were in 1989 at the University of Chicago and in 1993 at Columbia University in New York City Medical Schools. Today, white coat ceremonies in post-professional physical therapy educational programs celebrate your transition into the profession that may also include reciting our code of ethics as a reminder of our duty and commitment to society. Once you put your white coat on, it is a transformation from your own individual accomplishments to what you can do for the people that need your expertise. Your knowledge and skill that you bring into clinic with you will alter their lives in meaningful ways. You will touch dozens of lives every day, and you will make a positive impact on the people that you serve. If your dream is to help other people and to have a great life, you are in the right place. When I was a student, I always thought that at a certain point in my career, I would finally know everything that I needed to know to treat a patient, and that could not be further from the truth. Knowledge that we gain from scientific inquiry constantly changes. And what I've come to realize is the more you practice, and the more I practice, the more you realize how much more there is to learn, and you can't learn it all. Use your resources to seek new information and use clinical judgment to implement with your patients' values and their goals to positively impact their quality of life. Seize the opportunity to learn from your patients, your clinical instructors, and from those around you. Yes, the physical therapy curriculum is challenging and difficult. However, these challenges are the times that transform you, where you will grow clinically and you will grow in character. There will be days that you feel that you have failed, but knowing in that feeling of failure, it's an opportunity to grow and to learn. You will have days like that and know that these days push you to be better, and take these days with gratitude. Every day when you walk into the clinic, think about what the white coat symbolizes and rise to the challenge to better yourself so you can better those around you. Your faculty here are committed to providing you the ultimate framework for success, and I know you will have a great future ahead of you. I wish you all the best in your endeavors and look forward to welcoming you as a colleague. Congratulations to you all today, and thank you for having me.
Allison Birch. Emma Birch. Marie Bush. Christian Kafisi Rivera. Andres de Rojas. Nicholas Edwards. Zelma Angelique Estrada Miranda. Rima Gandhi. Amber Nicole Hare. Erica Hardrick. Madison Herman. Jennifer Ha. Emily Halsey. Victor Jalisi. Danielle Kirshner. Kim Kong. Sean Kohler. Jacob Kostelik. Haley Langston. Tasneem Madan. Valentine Umba. Hunter McDermott. Jay Miller. Andrew Majeski. Christopher Wynn. Don Chinadum Oyayula. Austin Pack. Junmin Park. Cameron Ragland. Tristan Shellnut. Marco Lorenzo Silva. Shayla Smith. Linda Tran. Vinesha Washington. Kelly Wetham. Alicia White. Jamel Williams. Rachel Williams. Raven Wood. Wasn't that great? So put your hands together, give yourself an applause. So congratulations, class of 2023, on attaining your white coat during a very difficult time. So I'm going to make the closing remarks short and sweet like myself. We're done for 2023. Well done. So there'll be plenty of opportunities for photographs when you exit the auditorium out to the left. Thank you very much.